13 weeks ago, a Brisbane-based production company owner told me he hated selling. Hated it. Wouldn't do it. Felt like a sleazy used car salesman every time he tried. This week, he signed his 5th new client of the year, $32,000 in new work, with 7 more quotes still out. Nothing changed about his skills, nothing changed about his reel, nothing changed about his prices. One thing changed, and it had nothing to do with sales tactics. Here's what I hear all the time from video production company owners. Hey, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to be pushy. My work speaks for itself. And look, I get it. Most of us got into this industry because we love making things. We love the craft. We love being on set. Selling feels like the opposite of that. It feels like manipulation, like you're convincing someone to buy something they don't really need, like you're the bloke at the market who won't let you walk past without grabbing your arm. But here's the thing, that feeling, that discomfort, that's not a sign you shouldn't be selling. That's a sign you've got the wrong idea about what selling is. And while you're sitting in that discomfort, telling yourself your work will find its own audience, the pipeline stays empty. The feast and famine cycle continues, and another month goes by where you're good at video but not very good at business. Let me tell you what actually changed for Chris. Not his pitch, not his website, not his pricing, but his identity. For years, Chris was operating from what I call Cameraman brain. Cameraman brain goes, I do great work, clients will come. If I push too hard, I'll seem desperate. Selling is for people who don't have anything worth buying. And I see this play out constantly in this industry. The better you are at video, the more you believe that that talent should be enough. And the painful truth is this: the market doesn't reward good videographers, it rewards good businesses. So what's the shift? Chris told me the moment it clicked for him. He said, I stopped thinking about selling and I started thinking about whether this business actually has a problem I can solve. That's it. That's the whole reframe. When you walk into a sales conversation asking yourself, how did I get this person to say yes? You feel like a con artist. When you walk in asking yourself, does this person have a problem I'm really genuinely good at solving? You feel like a consultant. One of those is a vendor. One of those is a strategic partner, right? Now here's where the CEO brain comes in. Most video business owners look at a new client and see a job. A $6,000 job, a $10,000 job, a $15,000 job. That's cameraman math. CEO math looks at the same client and sees a relationship. A small corporate client who trusts you, who keeps coming back, who refers you to their network. That client is worth 6 figures over 3 to 5 years. Not one invoice, 6 figures. So when you talk yourself out of making the call, when you sit with that discomfort and decide it's not worth it, you're not protecting yourself from an awkward conversation. You're walking away from a 6-figure relationship every single time. Now, I'm not going to tell you that the discomfort disappears, because it doesn't. Chris didn't suddenly become an extrovert. He didn't start loving cold calls. What he did was decide to treat sales like training for the gym. You know, nobody wants to be on the floor doing push-ups, right? But you do it repeatedly, consistently, and after a few months you look up and you realize you're strong. He put what he called his BDM hat on. That's a business development manager for anyone playing at home. He scheduled prospecting time in the calendar. He wrote a target list of companies. He set up LinkedIn outreach running every day. He set up a goal of 5 new calls a week. He never hit 5. He'd hit 3 or 4. And he decided that was fine, because 3 or 4 calls a week consistently for 13 weeks is a completely different business from 0 calls a week while you wait for referrals. So here's where Chris is now. 5 new clients signed since January, $32,000 in confirmed work, 7 or 8 more quotes still out the door. And he told me something that stuck with me. He said, I think they'd be crazy not to take it. That's the line. Not, oh, I hope they say yes, or not, I don't want to be annoying. They'd be crazy not to take it. That's CEO brain. That is someone who has made the identity shift. And look, 32,000 across 5 clients might not sound like a life-changing number, but these are brand new clients and relationships. Clients who didn't know Chris existed 13 weeks ago. Clients who, if he does what he's good at, and stays in the relationship with them are each worth 6 figures before this decade is out. That math is not about the first invoice. It never was. If you are running a video production company and you've been telling yourself that sales is not your thing, I want you to sit with this. You're not bad at selling. You have a cameraman identity in a CEO's business. And until that shifts, no tactic will stick. Not the LinkedIn outreach, not the proposal templates, not the pricing strategy, not the AI tool that's going to help you solve all your dashboard problems. The identity has to come first. That's what the S.C.A.L.E method book is built around. It's a framework I've used with 178 production company owners to make that shift. The link is below if you want to grab a copy. The reps count. Start doing them. And if you want to see how one of my best clients does this week in, week out, click this video here.